Hello, everybody.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
I am back. So, welcome, everybody. It is great to be back here. So, I know Jessica Majesty, I appreciate y'all holding it down while I was gone. So, y'all did a fantastic job. I was able to hop on, I think maybe once, and then watch some of y'all replay. But good stuff. Really appreciate that. So, I guess everybody's been looking at the NFT space, trying to figure out what's going on. Same thing that's what's going on. I know the market was kind of up a little bit, but then it just recently did come back down again. So it's going to be the ups and downs of what we've been doing. We did the same thing kind of last year within the space, and it's a part of being in the space. If you're going to be in the space, you have to understand there's going to be some ups and there's going to definitely be some downs, and so you just need to capitalize when you can while you're in the space. But that's with everything, because of everything that's going on, within this space. Somebody said, "What's up, y'all? You finally?" So yeah, I'm back from the safari. So I did. I actually end up going to Greece for about a week, 8 days, and then went to Africa from there. So it was a fantastic vacation time. Some very great time. So I do appreciate that. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to see what y'all said. Maybe let me see. Okay, I think Jessica might be having problems on her side on the internet. I think hers is lagging or something. Or okay, that's fine. Okay, so if she'll probably either have to log off and then log back on here. That's not the next year, Greece, and then yeah, Greece was nice. So did end up doing a cruise in Greece. We stopped at several different ports, and so that was fantastic. And then Africa went to Cape Town. That was awesome. And then ended up going to a safari in Africa. So y'all probably like, she crazy. I am very. I love to see the. I know I'm weird, but I love fishing. Yeah, obviously know that. But I also love to see the animals, chase animals, and so that was the craziest thing to actually see, like when you're literally in the safari going to look for animals. It's not like it's like sheltered animals. They're like you're in the you're they we end up coming up on a kill. Like I said, I know some people might not like animals, so I'm trying to be very discreet. But they had caught a buffalo. Let's just say that. And so we ended up seeing that, and then being able to drive up and see the lions and stuff. That was crazy. The one crazy thing, the biggest craziest thing that, and I know we're talking about NFTs, but someone asked a question. The craziest thing was when we were traveling and going shopping into one of the facilities, and we had bought a whole bunch of snacks. And then one of the ladies was like, "Well, hey, you can't take that outside." And I was like, "What do you mean we can't take it outside?" My husband was like, "Well, do you have a bag or something?" She's like, "No, you can't take that like with you in your hand outside the food." And I was like, we were like, "Well, what do you mean? That's like crazy. We bought it." What? She's like, "The baboons will attack you and take your stuff." And we're like, "You have got to be kidding." She was like, "No," she said, "like, you gotta hide that stuff." My husband, you're used to normally buying, so you're like, you don't want to like, like, feel like you're stealing, like you didn't bought it, but you got to put it in your jacket and stuff. So my husband had to take all of the little snacks and put them in his shirt, in his zip up shirt jacket that he had on. And I was like, that is the craziest thing. But they were like, no, they will really literally punk you. They're like, they will come attack you, take your snacks, take your food, and do whatever else they want to do to you, but they're gonna get those snacks. And I was like, that was the craziest thing ever. But that was one of the highlights, and so it was really fun experiencing that, because I'd never experienced anything like that. But it was a fantastic vacation. So, but I'm back and ready to go. Doesn't mean that you can't. I tell you, NFTs work. Y'all be thinking like, did these NFTs really work? So I will say that. So make sure you're still continuing to invest into NFTs. Like I said, I know right now I'm not telling anyone to go out and just do crazy things of just investing in everything. But I will tell you, if things end up working like they did like last year in comparison, you'll find out that you buying, even like I said, again, I'm not your financial advisor, so let me just tell you what I'm doing. For me, I'm not going full throttle in on things right now. I'm literally not. It's like I'm being very selective on what I'm buying, if I'm buying anything. But I am buying stuff, especially things that especially doing things as far as some of the projects that I know that I really feel that are going to be here long term. And there's no guarantee. So let's just get that on the record. There's no guarantee that something's going to be here forever. It just doesn't work that way while you're in the space. You hope that it's going to be here for a long term, but there's no guarantee that they're going to be here for a long term. But some of the projects that I want to go back and buy that are down right now, I literally I'm going back in and I'll buy a little bit here, I'll buy a couple there. And then I'll say, okay, I'm just going to wait. Cause I think it was probably before I went on vacation. We were looking, I think artifacts, even the clones had dropped to like, I think it was about 9 or 10 ETH. I think about 9 or 10 ETH. They had dropped down to that price range. And again, I'm not telling anyone to go out and, to buy a Clone X, which is going to be, I'm trying to make sure that's an alert to my phone. It's going to cut chart. I'm not telling anyone to go out and spend $10,000, $15,000. I'm just telling you some of the things as far as some of the projects that they do have out there. But that one, some people who might have gone in and bought some of those projects, they with the price of ETH just going up, they could have done very well with that. And so, just want to say that those different things as far as those are some of the things. Again, like I said, I'm going back and even some of their cheaper products, buying some of those, and then if we have time, I'll actually go back and look at a couple of the charts to show you even as far as where ETH and stuff is going right now. And a Top Shot, I'm not buying a ton of Top Shot right now. I still have my big portfolio in Top Shot. But I'm not going on in like full throttle. Some of the pack drops, again, I always say for me, as far as if I'm going to go in, if there is a good pack drop, or they have some good people that are going to be in those particular packs, I will go in and buy things like that. But to just go in and just full throttle, just start buying and buying, no, I'm not doing a lot of that. And again, it's just because of the way the market is overall, just within the space, just a whole general in the NFT space. Okay, so how about that? Yeah, that's that. Okay. All right, so let me share my screen here. Jessica's probably going to be off today, so I'll just run today because I think, like I said, I think her internet is coming in and out, so it's there. We will continue on. Okay, I think this was put out even as far as and I know this is going to, if you have not done it, you're like if they even extended it. The UFC, the hype NFT. This is going to be a free. This was a free one for you to go on and try to reserve. That's for this upcoming particular card thing that they have going. So about the NFT reserve, a free UFC licensed digital collectible to collect to celebrate UFC London and the one and only Michael. So that was one of those things as far as if you already have the NBA Top Shot or the Dapper type account, all you literally had to do was just go on this one, log in, and then reserve your particular pack. It would send you an email and tell you, hey, on such and such day, you'll be able to come back in and reserve these particular cards that'll be coming out. So again, that's if you already have a Dapper account, then you're already golden. There's nothing else that you really have to do besides just come to this particular site, log in, and then go on to claim this particular thing. So again, I'll be trying on UFC. I do have some UFC cards that I bought early on. It's just they'd be vicious. I can't hardly watch it. I do try. I literally do try. But sometimes it's a little bit more vicious. And y'all probably like, well, you watch the animals, but you can't watch. I'm like, I don't. I'm just crazy, but I just can't. Sometimes it's just too vicious for me. But again, I have gone on and collected some of the cards, but you are able to go on and reserve this for free. Okay, so that's going to be that. All right. There's Remy Martin launches first NFT in collaboration with Usher Block Bar. So again, this is more and more companies are coming out doing the NFT drops, getting connected with NFT. And I do know that there are some companies, like we're going to talk about that too. I think the thing with NFT Worlds, and so we'll talk a little bit about that. But there are some companies who are coming out and saying, well, hey, we're not going to connect NFTs to anything that we have attached to this. That's right. They have a right. I mean, and like I said, it's everyone, I think, and I think it's it reminds me a lot of how a lot of people would come in at the very beginning and they were saying things as far as, hey, we're not doing NFTs, or we're not, even the banks. When you look at the banks, where they would, for a long time, wouldn't even let you use your doggone debit card or use your card to buy crypto. And because remember, everything was going to be a scam and you couldn't do this. But the banks were still in the background buying crypto and investing in crypto and creating their own crypto things. And so I think the same thing's going to happen, within the space. And I think because part of it too is that because of there is that risk. And I can understand how some companies are trying to protect what they have built. I get that part. And you don't want to just come on and have NFTs that are on your site that aren't doing anything, especially the ones that are out there that literally are just here for a cash grab. No one wants to get a bad name that, hey, you allowed something on your particular site or with your company and you tied with, and it was just a completely cash grab. That's not what you want. It just isn't what you want. And so I do understand how things like that can happen. But this again is another one that's going to be coming out and doing another NFT collaboration. So more and more that's going to be coming out on that. Okay, coming up next, Coinbase. Everybody can like Coinbase. Yeah, I know. I always I keep saying the same thing because I have taught classes, many times in regards to teaching people about Coinbase. Literally, because for me, it is one of the easier ones for most people to be able to go on and buy their cryptocurrency. I don't have a problem with people going on and using. Well, it's just a give and take. I'm not saying if you're new, there are definitely other ways. If you're like savvy and you know how to go on and buy your crypto without having to go to Coinbase, great. I don't have a problem with that. That's what I would probably say. You can go ahead and keep doing. But if you're new and you're like, well, hey, this is a place for you to start. It's a place for people to start. What I will say, as far as for anyone, no matter what you're using, whether you're using Coinbase, KuCoin, any of or any type of exchange, is to make sure that you're securing your cryptocurrency. I don't leave a ton of money on crypto exchanges because I think the biggest part is that, remember, you really technically don't own that crypto. I don't care if it's crypto.com, FTX. I don't care which particular site you're going to buy your crypto. God forbid, if they happen to close down, you're going to have a problem. Possible, I shouldn't say you may or may not, because it's kind of like based in US, but still, just say you may have a problem trying to get your crypto off. Same thing with people who are in the Celsius thing, as far as trying to get your crypto off. There may be a time period where you may have to wait. And if that's money that you depend on, you can't be waiting for that money. So I will say one thing that you want to definitely do is make sure that you have a wallet. Literally, I don't care if it's a MetaMask wallet. I don't care if it's your Trust wallet. Whatever wallet you're going to have, especially if you have a bigger amount of cryptocurrency, you need to have your secret passphrase, your keys to your own cryptocurrency. Again, so whether if you're going to use your MetaMask or your Trust wallet or even a Ledger or a Trezor, any of those hardware gadgets, you need to have access to that, to where you completely control your cryptocurrency. So if Coinbase goes down, FTX go down, crypto.com, any of them, I don't care who goes down. If any of those places go down, you still have control of your cryptocurrency. You can move it wherever you want to move it. That is where you have to have that balance within the space. I think a lot of new people will end up having a lot of their funds, and maybe all of their funds, on an exchange. And if you don't have the seed phrases, you really don't have control of your cryptocurrency. It's just, there's no other way of saying it. You really need to have some type of wallet to where it's yours. It belongs to you. It belongs to you, and you have control of that. So I do know Coinbase, again, is, the SEC is probing them on how they're doing things. I think they're trying to do everything. Obviously, they're definitely trying to do everything as legal as possible, because, and as we've talked about it many times, there's really no true guidelines as far as, hey, this is in black and white. This is what has to happen here. This is what has to happen here. And as crypto is, keeps evolving, you're trying to come up with what's the best thing to do with the regulation that's currently in space. And I know a lot of us sit back and like, well, do we want regulations? We're like, yeah, you don't really want regulation, but you do kind of want regulation, because then it's like, if you ever scammed, you're like, man, we need more regulations. But if you're on the other side and you're a hardcore crypto, because I know they're truly, I know some hardcore crypto people be like, I don't want them to regulate nothing. And I get that part. I understand, because and again, it's a matter of the hardcore people be like, listen, they don't need to know nothing else. And I'm just there. It's like, okay, I just do what I need to do. It's like, okay, if I'm going to be in this particular space, and it's a matter of if I'm making money, okay, just just go on and do what you need to do tax wise. It's just a part of business. For me, it's a matter of just trying to just do the best you can with the regulations that are out there, and with the guidelines that are out there. That's what you have to do. If you're going to be in this particular space. For me, it's just a cost of business. If it's a tax, if I'm taxed, obviously I don't want to pay a ton of tax. I'm like everybody else. I want to pay as little as possible. But at the same time, if it's going to also help you be able to do some things in life, then just do what you have to do. to stay in this space to where you're going to keep yourself good. Okay, so again, that is definitely something in which it's definitely hurt some of their stocks as far as the pricing and stuff. I was literally looking at it. I think their stock price right now is what 56.25, and so it's just a matter, like I said, whether you're buying some of the stocks or you're invested in their stocks or not. I mean, you look at the all-time high, back when in November last year it was at 342, 357 was in November. So again, because of the way everything is going, everything is down. I'm not here to tell anybody to invest in, in anything. And so, but there are just things that I will definitely keep something on my radar to say, hey, you know what? Is there going to be an opportunity? Because I think when you really look at it, a lot of people, when you're wanting to go in and buy, it's never going to be the perfect time. And that's why I think it's important, when you are going in, to make sure you're definitely trying to dollar cost average on things. Because if you're going full throttle in on, I don't care if it's on any crypto type currency or any kind of stock, if you're going full throttle in, you have no way of getting a balance of, if the market continues to drop down, you don't have any more capital to be able to buy in lower. And I think that can definitely be very, very hard. Okay, very, very hard. Okay, I see Jessica. I don't know if you're in. You're muted though.
Oh,
Now I got you.
I would say I think I'm matching my words, or my lips
Oh.
and words coming out together. Like
I
a
was
3 to 5 second delay every time I was talking.
you feel like you was backwards or something, huh?
Yeah, so I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. So I'm
Yes,
jumping
yes,
right
sir.
with you as we go on.
Okay, all right. So that was about Coinbase. So all right, let's keep on moving on. So the next one, here we go. This is about the 40,000 jobs.
Oh yeah, forty
So,
thousand virtual jobs to come to Dubai's
yeah.
metaverse strategy. Some people are leading the space and wanting to, do the metaverse strategy as far as creating jobs. We've seen even like Meta, and we've also seen job layoffs. So just
Hmm.
to put it out there, some companies are still building into this space, knowing that there's going to be value, and knowing that down the line there's supposed to be billions of dollars that it's going to be created in this space. So some people are getting ahead, because especially if people are on Web 2, some people aren't transitioning over to Web 3 jobs. But once you also see there's a lot of opportunity in those jobs, once they start pushing them, you start paying attention. So it is going to be a lot of opportunity coming. Dubai is one of those places. We've seen other places overseas also doing this, but it's just a lot of opportunity for people to be in this space. And if you really enjoy Web 3, why not get a job that maybe not feel like it is work, because it's actually something that you're enjoying doing.
Yeah, I want to go to Dubai too. That's a people. A lot of people. Oh my God, Dubai and Bali. That's one of my next targets.
That's right.
They doing some good
That's
things.
right.
All right, so NFT world, man.
Oh yes, they took a major hit because of their plug-in. They were expected to be going into Minecraft. Then Minecraft goes ahead and announces that they're not going to allow any type of cryptocurrency or plug-ins to come into their game. So it did, of course, make the price drop, because, of course, with that plug-in, there would have been a lot of opportunity. You getting straight to a lot of people. Mainstream are already playing this game also, so it would have been a lot of great opportunity for NFT worlds. But they haven't given up since Microsoft did announce that they're now going to be saying that they're going to create their own world. It is going to take time. We know a lot of games that especially have value. It takes time to build AAA games, years, if not
Mhm.
more than that, depending on how good the game will be. But yeah, it was just a hiccup. People are a little bit upset with Microsoft for what they're saying and why they're saying it, but we kind of know Gates' stance on a lot of different things, and how he believes in crypto, or does not basically believe in crypto, and hasn't made any investments. And so this is part of his business. So if he doesn't want to accept it or allow it, it is going to cause some problems for that game. I'm sorry, that platform, NFT worlds. But a lot of people believe still in the project. So some people are buying in the dip and figuring, if they say they're going to do what they're going to do, they've made enough money to be able to do it. The most you have to do is give it time. And so we are very early in this space. And if you are willing to give projects times to build out, then you'll be okay with some
I
of
think we
them.
looked at this original. I think it was at 10 ETH. Then it went down to 6. And I was like, okay, still ain't time. And then I think news started coming out, and I think now what is it down to 1 ETH? And so actually, let's
Mm-hmm.
see, NFT worlds. Uh, so
Yeah,
make sure something. Yeah. So it's down to what, 1.19. So
that's right.
it has definitely dropped down a bunch. For me, like I said, even I like the thing at the very beginning, especially when it was talking about doing the connections with Microsoft and everything in Minecraft. I thought that was, I mean, should I say Minecraft? I think that was huge. I mean, I think even when I was in LA, I'd met a gentleman there that was definitely invested in this particular space. But now I think it's a matter of, if you are investing in it, it's going to be a longer term play, like you said, Jessica. Because I think it's important to understand the time frame that you're looking for them to still go ahead and develop out. It's one of those ones where, like, this could be that property you're gonna be holding on for a while, that you ain't gonna get no cash flow on in real life
Mhm.
for a little while, but it could end up turning around. But again, so they're at $1,600. Hmm. I like that. Well, I
And like
like.
you said, now it's not a game right now that they can't build into or plug into with the Minecraft system. And we know millions of people, already have played that game or grew up playing that system, that game. And now it's a problem because, like I said, if you can't come in and use that Minecraft system or plug into it directly, then you don't get that volume of people and you don't have a full game yourself. So now they have to build out that game. And for those people, some people are invested in it. They're just going to wait it out. But that goes back to that plan of, long term. We speak all the time. You're so early in this space. And so just think of it almost like you're really while they're building it out, you're on the track and stuff like that. I've heard people use that phrase, like, you're on this, doing it right now, buying things, getting things done, but the track is still being built while you're on it. So
Yeah.
you have to think of that with NFTs. You're so early in this space. There's going to be little hiccups. People are building on their smart contracts. It might be a hiccup on the site going down, but there's still value in there. And you have to understand, since it's so early, you are going to experience those hiccups, and you can't take it personal and make it drive you, push you away from the market. You just have to understand that and buy things at the closest floor price as you can. That way you can ride it through the market without, losing any funds, if you can do that.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Good. All right. On to Gala Games.
Oh yeah,
Gala.
Gala
Yeah.
Games. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They have the music side of it. They have games. They have different ones. And then they, a lot of their games, you're able to get the nodes also, which is really, a lot of people like to be able to get the nodes. And so this is one of the film. You say watch, own, empower, and earn. And so if you did get to sign up for this, I know they were sending out emails last week telling you, congratulations for finding out before most of the world knows. They haven't really pushed this. They haven't really advertised it. But if you're kind of following them and seeing what people are doing in the space, you probably were able to come across it very early. And because you came across it very early, you did sign up, and now they are giving you early access. I haven't seen a film yet come out, but sign up if you can, if you still can get early access to that. Lots of times you're already watching TV or different shows, and so now if you I can add blockchain to that, and they're going to maybe pay you for rewarding you for watching those on their platform. It's just another way of being able to make money with cryptocurrency. Maybe they'll give it the Gala coin. Not too sure, but even as a creator in this space, it's a lot of different opportunity for you to be able to create content, and then also, have it on the blockchain, and then rewards your customers that are actually taking the time to consume that. Some people really love shows. You see shows to be around 21 seasons or
Yeah.
something. My kids was watching ER, and I said, "Y'all watching ER?" I gave up on ER something. I was Grey's Anatomy. I might have been Grey's Anatomy. I was like, y'all was watching that 20 years. But still, if you can empower, if you can earn while you are watching these, lots of people are putting time in, even on Netflix and other things or streaming services. Not to say you have to spend so much time watching TV, but why not get rewarded for it? And so you will see Gala. They have lots of money to be able to put in behind things, and so just pay attention to it. But this is another one that I definitely like seeing, see what they're going to do. And when we see something that's coming out and they're, leading the way in certain things, we love to join it and see what's going to happen. It can be very rewarding for both people.
Yeah. Good stuff. They watching all that old people stuff. I know. Moving on to Treeverse, and this is one of the ones I do own some land in Treeverse. I bought some early. And they're doing some. They're starting to do more. Um, should I say? Well, they say, how do I say that? They're continuing to do more. Should I say? I'm not gonna say that they're starting as if that, like, they weren't doing anything. But they do have a trailer that's going to be coming up very soon, talking about a little bit more of what exactly they have coming up, what they've been working on, to show you the trailer in regards to the games and stuff that they're trying to do. So gameplay footage is going to be coming out. Oh, there was something that I thought sorry, didn't know it was going to be that loud. Okay, so that was no, I do not need to do that. Okay. But so again, just be on the lookout on that particular game. Treeverse, their current price currently right now is at 1 ETH also. So again, you got the Treeverse and then the one we just the NFT Worlds. Both of those are about 1 ETH, a little bit over 1 ETH. So again, not telling you to go out and buy because again, it still is going to be a process even with Treeverse and what they're doing and continue to develop out what they're developing out. So,
Mm-hmm.
but just want to show you, we definitely still believe in a lot of the metaverse stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Moving on
Yep.
to
Old Navy
the
licensed board IP for grand new T-shirt line. So this is a lot of opportunity, especially when you own those IPs. You do see people in this space building out, especially with their board ape. You even see like Snoop Dogg. And so if some people are ahead of the game and they know they have these IPs and they're making the right connections, following, contacting the right brands, and they're making deals outside of that. And so you'll have a lot of opportunity with the different NFTs that you do own that give you that IP right or let you create your own derivative from it and create your own clothing line, phone line, whatever it's going to be. You can create a whole line of what it is, restaurants and everything that we've seen beyond and some of the things that we've spoken to you already about. And so you see this is the next one, Old Navy in the board ape. It's going to be that specific ape. Like I say, it's just too much opportunity for you to be able to do some of the things. And some people that know that are going to go ahead and try to line up these deals, be the first to get in place with some of these companies, and then go from there. And so you just see a lot of things from the space that are being created in real life also. And that's what you want. If a lot of people want the physical items too, but some people don't care about physical items. So we know that as well. But for you branding your items and you creating a business from it, there's a lot of opportunity from it. So, and there's lots of different clothing lines that you can start with if you don't want to do your own independent clothing line. Of course, you go with those clothing lines that people already know and can just get you right into the store and get you going.
Yep. And I know Eve was talking about having more board apes. I don't know about the Clone X's because it says about 6 Clone X NFT will all grace Old Navy's upcoming clothing because that's a different one.
Yeah, that's a good one, different one. Somebody busted did their derivative already and did their commercial license and already had those going. And
Yeah.
so some people are already in talks or are they not waiting on it? So you definitely have a lot of opportunity right now that you can get in
Hmm.
place. Like I said, especially if Old Navy takes them in, a lot of people will see it in there. They already have their brand, they're already established, been out. And then even for the pricing, I don't know what, the contract states or anything, but you can put your assets to work and to be creating business lines,
They can
clothing lines,
get a
whatever it's
job,
going to be.
yo.
Like I said, there's Old Navy, but there's many other companies that are out there. And so those that are in this space early right now that are building and doing stuff or even investing, they're creating it, getting established. And so even if 1,000 more board apes people come out with theirs, they already in place to be in certain stores. So that's the key of, getting out there early, finding out what you can do with it, and then making the moves to do it.
Because that is good. I mean, like I said, then you just that's interesting. I was just looking at that coin. That's interesting. So again, I think that's very good what you said. What you just said. I'm not even going to go on that. That's
She'll go back to that in a minute, y'all.
I'm really like, oh my god. Yeah, that right there. That's good. Yeah, that's something good. Okay. All right, and then the other one, as far as this class action thing.
Oh yeah, if it goes through, Yuga Labs faces potential class action lawsuit over inflated Board Ape Yacht Club NFTs. It hasn't been like they are asking people to put their information in or gather information if you were affected by it last year. They're saying the prices were hyped up, that they use celebrities and stuff to hype their price up, and they normally did that also with the coin. I don't know. A lot of this is probably going to be happening. It's very possible. I mean, I know I've went through the market with them and seen it all go up and down. And so some people did use celebrities. Some projects that use celebrities, those projects completely plummeted. It was just like they're saying, just a deal. Like, hey, you come out and talk about this and improve this. And some people paid, I think almost, oh yeah, look, it's so right there. Some people paid almost 3.4 million last year for one. And as you see now, I think the floor is about 115,000. And then you see according data down from 425,000 3 months ago. The average price 7 days is now 115. Like I said, and it went down from 425,000. And so some people, I mean, you do have to make calculation moves of when you want to invest in some of these projects. A lot of people would have felt that this already made its move, even if they thought it was going to continue to go up. A lot of people did already assume it's made that move, but if you had that 3.5 mil to put into it, I would have thought that 3.5 mil you would have put in there with the intention of, in your mind, that it could be a possibility that you lose that 3.4
Yeah.
million dollars. Now, if you had some other things in plan, like people are doing with their businesses with Navy, with the I'm going to say Navy Federal, with the Old Navy, then, then you'll be perfectly fine because they had certain things lined up and they should be able to make that money back. But if you just bought it for the 3.4 in anticipation of hopefully it goes up to 6.8 or something, then you're hurt right now. So yeah, you never want to invest in more than more than you want to lose, and whatever you do invest, expect to lose, and that will keep you safe. So maybe you won't invest in items, especially in this space. It can be very volatile, so you have to know when buying in the dips is important, and then also when to sell, because as you can see, lots of times you can sell higher and come back and buy a certain item. But if it is a brand for you, or you're going to create a brand from it, you don't want to sell that item and take that risk, because you're actually creating businesses from it. And so, yeah, but this is one that's just recently come out. Don't know if it will actually go forward. We've been seeing a lot of different things come out. We know SEC is getting involved with a lot of different stuff. So, like I said, some people may feel like it was that. It could have been. They may have proof. I don't know. But yeah, that to each their own.
I think what you said was important too, as far as with some of the things that you're holding on to create a business. I think when you look at what you can make, right, like right now, again, I'm not telling anybody not to take money, but with what you can make now, if you have a game plan of what you're doing long term, then sometimes what you can make now is like you like that's almost like a joke of what you could make now compared to where you think what you can potentially make in the longer run. But again, that I think that's where you have to go in and create your own game plan of what you're looking for doing with the items that you are currently investing in. But I think even the one that sold for the 3.4 million, that was definitely one of the more expensive ones. And some of the expensive ones are still definitely higher than the floor price of 115. But everything again has definitely come down. So I'm not here to justify the 3.4. I mean, you had to be really thinking something if you were pretending the 3.4 million on something that had moved.
See a bundle. I was like, they
Yeah,
said one.
that had moved that much. But again, if they have a plan of where that thing could potentially go, then by all means, it can still be a joke to them of even paying the 3.4 million dollars. And so, I mean, I get it as far as some people wanting to come in and say but I mean I think that's part of too as far as making sure you're educated. Again, I'm not sitting here saying that there weren't things that were done or weren't, and I still have my Bored Ape, so I'm obviously a Bored Ape activist. So let me just say that. But at the same time, it does also fall on the individual too. Make sure you're getting educated. Make sure you're going in and doing your own research and not just go based off of seeing celebrities. Because I mean, it's no different than regular life. We see all these celebrities, whether they're buying shoes or advertising shoes and stuff. Doesn't mean you need to go buy it. Doesn't mean you need to invest in it because you see them on a commercial. But I think it's just the way we are in the regular world. We do that sometimes. It's like, okay, well, I saw such and such on a commercial. I'm gonna go try that. Okay, that's still a grown-up decision. It's called being an adult, and it's like if you're gonna be an adult and make the adult decisions, you need to make sure you're educated and know exactly what you're investing in. Because again, I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, hey, everything you touch, you're perfect on. No, but just try to do as much research as possible so that you are educated and know exactly what you're investing in. Okay, so I'll say that. All right, moving on.
Oh,
All
there
right,
they go. No, just playing. The
artifact.
artifact Nike, yeah, AR hoodie. This is one of the articles that came out. I just had broke down some more stuff. If you did have a CloneX or a crypto cake, you were able to go attempt to buy the sweater. We do know the date of the sweater. Like I said, this is one of those things when you are building in this space, you may have a little bit of issues. Some of the things with the site may have been a little bit wrong. We was dedicated. We didn't care. We was trying hours. I think even Madison minute from the contract, we was just like, "Are you sure it's the right contract?" And she's like,
Double
"Yeah."
checking.
Yeah. And
Like
so,
double check the contract,
yeah,
Maggie. Is that you
double
sure
check
that's the
it,
right
Maggie.
contract?
And then when she
Like,
got it, oh yeah, that's it. Went and did the search on it and then just researched it. But yeah, as you guys know, the first artifact Nike AR hoodie did come out. It does have some newer like technology that is based into it with the NFC. It's going to be able to be authenticated through the sweater, and not to say like, oh, it's just a Nike owned sweater, but also it's going to be connected to like in real life events. It's going to have a lot of utility built into it. They haven't said what events it's going to try to get you into, especially with the technology. Sometimes you have had to like show you own this by proving you had that, or you had to go to the site and prove it was in your wallet. And so with a lot of these different things now, because the NFC chip that is in it, it's like it can connect to it and show that you authenticated. So people are selling these right now after they forge them, but it's actually their authenticating piece. And so you really don't want to be selling it if you forged it already. Maybe some people have multiples and they don't care about that. Of course, it is still wearable in the for the CloneX avatars itself in the metaverse, and then you get the physical item. And so maybe some people are just maybe don't know that they shouldn't sell the NFT yet.
Maybe they don't know.
Yeah, maybe and then they're just thinking like, "Hey, I forged it. I'm going to get the sweater." But once you get the sweater and you don't have the NFT, you're not going to be able to authenticate it and connect that NFT to the actual sweater. And like I said, that's going to be a lot of ways that they're going to give you access to different events, in real life events. I don't know if that's going to go across to stores, if that's going to go across to concerts. I don't know. They have so much utility that they can build into it. If it's just going to be their private events, and so those are things that you just look at. A lot of us, we want to get it. It's going to be the first branded Nike artifact sweater. And since it does have that augmented reality, we know things, especially in the future, are coming. People will be wearing glasses. You'll be walking down the street looking as if you have your wings on. Some may want that, some may not. It may become a point where you can also maybe upload your own artwork or something to your sweater. Don't know. They can build that into it. They say some stuff specifically in this article, but like I said, Artifact keeps a lot of things close, and so you usually don't find out until the day before.
It's like, then you be like, man, I shouldn't have sold that.
Yes. And as you see, it goes over a little bit of the technology issue. It enables wear for both CloneX avatars and real life holders. Designed for the future, the hoodie comes with NFC near field communication chip, enabling wireless communication between the hoodie and the digital asset. And so, as you, they did show it a lot of the times. It was sometimes on the CloneX, or may have not been on the CloneX. Also, it just maybe just been the sweater. But you also know there were the shoes and everything else that came out with it. So some people, trying to get their outfits ready, those go close with the angel shoes. So just put that out there. No, but honestly, and then especially
you just had to say that. Someone with angel shoes, so they go
put the whole outfit on. Can't wait for. And so, but yeah, this was the opportunity. It did close yesterday, so hopefully were able to mint those. I did see it was like maybe about 400 people that didn't actually go mint. A lot of people just maybe think that it'll have value down the line. The one thing that you do know, you'll lose the physical item. Like if they didn't mint it, they or didn't forge it, they did lose the access of getting the physical item because they only had the forged dates for a certain date. But some people feel like it's also a collectible, and as you can see, the 345 owners and 461 total. So maybe somebody owns two in there. But usually some people that had multiples, they want to be on both sides of it. You don't know what's going to happen with this one over here. But they said there was no benefit to that. If you didn't forge it, like I said, you didn't get to get the sweater. So some people may have took a chance because they had maybe 5, 10, 2, 3, and they wanted to see. But there was no benefit that to not forge that item recently. And so as you do see, that is one of the items there. They did come out like at 0.2, so they're like $320. These are the current. The orange ones, have been forged. The blue ones are unforged, of course. But if you did go in and pick your size and everything, these are going to be the ones that are currently forged now. Down the line, somebody may realize they need this, and so it may still have value. So if they do drop, they drop, and maybe you pick up some more because maybe that person that did not realize that they had to authenticate it down the line doesn't have it, and so it may still have some value. Definitely, if so many people are listing these, it just depends how low the price goes. But it's no point to go buy the orange if you're planning on forging. If you have a different tactic of you thinking they've been valuable down the line for other people, then that's something that you may think to do. But make sure you are not going over there to buy it to try to go forge it because the opportunity has already passed.
So say that one more time. So make sure they're not coming over here thinking they're going to buy this one.
Yes.
To be able to go back and forge it.
That's right. Just because it's in blue, it is unforged, but the forging window has closed, so there is no more opportunity for you to go pick a size and get it delivered in September. So if you do go buy this one, you literally probably just get to get it for the CloneX, and that's it. And there's nothing else that you can do with it. So some people are treating it, of course, as a collectible. It is the first of its kind, but do not go buy it in anticipation of trying to go forge that item. They did say that window was the only time you can do it. nobody knows down the line if they try to open it up in the next 2 years or 3 years for people that unforged. They did not say that. You literally usually have a window of opportunity of being able to forge certain items. So definitely, if you are going to go try and go buy that, make sure you are going to the Discord and getting clarification of that forging window. Will it ever open? Because I wouldn't purchase it thinking that you could.
Good stuff. So that covers us. And I will just say, because I mean, I know many times we talk about even some of the other events that some of the drops that have happened that have not gone well. Artifacts event did not go well, and I think it was very like I said, we are very open, and we love artifacts. Let's be very transparent. They have done very well for our whole family by us investing in them. But at the same time, this drop was not one of our artifacts' best drop at all. And so I don't want people to think that, oh, we don't ever come on and say anything bad about artifacts, or we don't say, but it was not a great drop. It literally wasn't, with all the problems with the site of trying to connect to the site, being able to go on and do the mint. It finally did start working, but I think at the same time, whether it's Artifact or any other company, like Jessica said, everything is new. But again, and I'm trying to be like transparent, because I think when we talk about other companies that have had a bad drop, I don't want to say that we're all biased and never say anything about when Artifact has something that didn't go right. But I think for them, they are still continuing to move forward with what they're doing. But could that drop have been better? Yeah. Did a lot of people get mad about the drop being bad? Yeah. Did it make some people not want to invest? Yeah. But at the same time, for us, I bought plenty of these.
Yeah.
I literally
I'm sorry
did.
for those people.
So
Like
I did invest, and I own plenty of these. So,
yeah.
but at the same time, that's because I think for us, we've done a lot of research in knowing of whether this drop went bad on this particular one. I still feel like Artifact is going to do something else to keep making this a reward for those who did buy something that they had a bad drop on. I think that sometimes they'll come back and try to give. So I'm not saying that. Listen, so let me just look at the camera again. I'm not saying that they're gonna give you something down the line. I'm literally not saying that. But if they keep doing what they've been doing, we all gonna be all right.
Yeah,
So,
and you're going to have these hiccups, like she's saying. You're going to have those hiccups of, well, especially with the site. They are doing these things, dropping some stuff, and they're also trying to get the site ready for more drops that they have. So even as it for us as a buying experience, for them it's also learning and building experience. So if there's a hiccup, they're trying to resolve it as quick as it's happening. Smart contracts are very early, so if you're someone in the space that understands that and you don't take it personal, then you're going to make it. But if you are someone that gets deterred from buying or getting the item because of it, then you're not probably going to make it in this space. You have to have both of those things to understand that it's not. If you're leading in innovation, you're going to be the person that's running into that. Some people are going to come in afterwards after they figure it all out and start off with no problem. But if you are the leading people doing some of these things in this space, you are going to have those hiccups. So if you can know that and go into buying the right projects and know that, don't take it personal, because truthfully, it will hurt you more in the end than it probably hurts them for all the things that they do have planned. But if you still stick with it, especially if you can buy them at lower prices, maybe it did hurt. Well, did that give you an opportunity to buy them at still close to the price point that you paid? And so you just have to have a plan with that. But you're literally, it's like almost been in beta with certain games, and you're like, okay, hold on, playing beta, and as we're learning the problems come, we're fixing them as they come, and that's how it's going to be with most NFT projects.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I look at it too in the sense of when you start looking at how difficult it is in this space, if you are thinking of creating an NFT, because I'm thinking like Nike, Nike got some money. I'm not going to, Nike ain't broke at all. So I'm thinking if you have big companies like that have all this money and they're still having difficulties with some of these drops, of how that smaller person who don't have the support of some of these bigger companies, how do you make it better without having that type of capital? Because I mean, you just wouldn't think that, because again, like it's tied to Nike, that they would have any type of problems with their drop, and they did. Again, I'm not being very they had, it was not good at all. It's like I said,
and that's also. Oh yeah, that's also to speak on the token standard that they created, because their smart contract, they optimize it with gas and everything, so you don't have to have gas wars. So they are doing other things.
I appreciate the gas thing. I
So
do
they
appreciate
did it
that.
at 1155, but then when you burned it, it went to an ERC 721. But that's just the token standard it's on. But like you said, they built that token standard to to be able to optimize gas and the people that's purchasing not have to have gas wars. We've seen some things go up to ETHs in buying gas, depending on how many people are purchasing it. So because of those things that, they're saving you on one side, but because they're also optimizing that contract and building it out, it may be some hiccups on the other side just because they're leading the way and doing it. So yeah, I mean, like she's saying, things happen.
Yeah, they happen, but I did buy.
Yeah, many, yeah, plenty,
Very
multiple
true.
sizes, double
Plenty
ups.
of them.
Yes.
I bought
I
plenty
said,
of them.
man, got enough for the family. What's some? Yeah.
So I did definitely still buy. So again, but that's us. I'm not your financial advisor. But I bought. So I bought some of those. So again, definitely keep an eye on that. So again, as far as the overall market, looking at the crypto market in general, a lot of stuff is in red. Let's see where ETH is at right now. Is it at 13 something, or has it dropped some more? It's just the way the market is currently. So I will keep saying the same thing. Make sure your dollar cost averaging in, on buying your crypto. Don't go full throttle in when you're looking at coming in and buying some of this stuff, because you just don't know how far, if it's going to come down, how far it may come down. It may bounce right back up. Literally when I was looking at it earlier, even on the charts, as far as, with ETH and BTC, it's still a matter of things can continue to come down. It literally can. If I can get these little trigger things off, alerts. Here we go. So again, you see BTC. It's just everything is trending down. It is. BTC was the 20th. It was at 24,000. Then to me it's trending down. Maybe if there's some news that comes out that can help it to go back up, or some more money comes into the particular space, it could go back up. The same thing with ETH over here. Same thing. ETH doesn't look as bad, but it's trending down also. So a couple things as far as numbers. So it's at 1326. That's one. Next target could be 1206, and then the next target could be somewhere at the 1080 something right in there. Those are support areas. So not telling you what that you should buy. It's just a matter of figure out a price where you're looking to go to enter in on some of these coins. For me, I'm looking to either accumulate, like I said, some people like BTC, but they have a problem with dollar cost averaging on BTC or ETH. Those are definitely two of the ones you can definitely dollar cost average in on. The other one, that I do also like is, I like the Ape coin, and I also like Sand token. But again, that's a metaverse land with the Sand token. But again, that's a dollar cost averaging in. I'm not going to tell you to come in here and go full throttle on any of these coins. So you got Sand there. Let's put ETH and then Ape coin over here. But same thing with them. Those coins are going down. Everything on the chart is coming down, and it's down. It's going down. And so you see ApeCoin, same thing. It's coming down also here. So again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to come in here and start dumping money into some of these coins. Just let the market do what it's going to do. Maybe you're going to have to pay a little bit higher money if the market decides to bounce back up and goes back up. Okay, you can enter. It's going to cost you another 10 cents higher. All right, no big deal. But it's better for you to, instead of you coming here and trying to jump in at 551 thinking that it's going to bounce back up and come up to $6, just let it finish doing what it's going to do. If it wants to come here and then drop back down, maybe it comes down to $5. So there's a little bit of support there at the $5 price range, and there's another little bit of support at 460 something. So figure out what kind of prices you want to try to pick some up at. And if it don't come down that far, all right, just wait for the market to go back up, and then you can hop back into the market and go back up with it. Okay, so but definitely make sure your dollar cost averaging in on some of these coins instead of coming in and saying, well, hey, I got $1,000 and I'm gonna put it all in right now right here at $1,000. Now if it drops down, now you're in panic mode, because now it's in drop down and you done lost $100 or $200 and you can't figure out, should I stay in or should it's like, don't do yourself like that. So only put a little bit of your money in at a time. Okay, so that will definitely say that. Okay, so that's a couple things that we're definitely still doing. Coins are same thing for me. NFTs are coins that they're not a coin, but some of the NFTs we buy, we treat them just as if like they're like a coin. It's like, okay, same market with dollar cost averaging in on some of those projects. All right, Jessica, anything else on your side that I missed? No,
everything was good and good.
Okay, so once again, thank you all for hopping on with us today. Hopefully, like I said, don't for NFTs, we are not going anywhere. We are still NFT addicts. We are still buying NFTs. We're still investing in NFTs, because again, there is great potential with investing in the NFT space. So remember, if you do have any friends or family, remember what's NFTs .com. You can definitely send your friends and family there to that. That's our free Facebook group. Free Facebook group. What's NFTs.com. Please send them there, especially if you're on Google, or if you're on Facebook, just go to Sisters Talking NFTs. If you're on Facebook, and do a search for us. And like I said, that's our free group. We have plenty of videos for you all, even also on our YouTube channel. Go on and watch some of those videos. Kind of get some ideas as far as what to be looking for in the market. We try to cover some of those things for you. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And again, thank you for hopping on with us. And we will see you all next week. You guys have a great one.
Yes, everybody have a great day.